Okay, so I'm going to make my Bieber experience because it's 2 a.m. I just got back from the concert and I can't sleep. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by when I won the meet and greets because I am not rich by no means. I'm not gonna spend. I mean, I would spend 600 and some dollars, 1,000 some dollars to meet Justin, but I don't have the money to do that. So it was June 22nd, and the local radio station, Radio Now 100.9, was doing this raffle at a T-Mobile store, and so I begged everybody because they were the more people you bring, the better. So I begged my grandma, my aunt, my mom, my dad, everybody to come. But then it ended up just being my mom and my dad and me. Um, so we got there and there was only 10 people ahead of me. All together there was only 50 people all together, everybody together. Which I was surprised because I thought there was gonna be 300, 400 people, pandemonium, but it really wasn't. So we got there and the intern, because there's two interns and then the actual DJ who is presenting the thing. And the intern, he told my mom, which I didn't hear my mom say it. I didn't hear him tell my mom, but he told my mom, he was like, okay, well, you can put your name in as many times as you want. So I didn't really believe my mom because she kind of emphasizes, but my dad's name went in 4 times. My mom's name went in 3 times, and my name went in twice. And so it started at 1, we put in our names and stuff, and then we came back at 3 to find out the winner. So we went out and did our passed the time, and then we came back at 3, and like there was just a whole bunch of really skinny, amazingly pretty girls, and they were all standing there, and I was kind of talking to the radio DJs because I'm interested in doing radio DJing when I get older. Oh yeah, I did my nails. See, so pretty. Ah. But yeah, so I was talking to them, not to figure out about the meet and greets. I was just kind of finding information, like what what do I have to do, and so they alright, it's 3 o'clock, we're gonna draw the name. They drew my dad's name, and I heard it. I was like, are they meet and greets? I was asking that. They looked at me weird because since it was my dad, it was a guy's name, and then they were like, yeah, yeah, and then I was like, that's my dad, and then we freaked out, and literally when they said that, I just fell to the floor crying, literally. They have a video of me winning. It was creepy. I mean, not creepy, but it was crazy. And I was because they only did one drawing, that was it. And the people behind us, they were about to attack us, and I'm like, okay. And the first person who came to mind was my best friend Melissa. So I was like, I'm gonna take her. So I called her. I was like, bro, we're meeting Justin. She's like, no, we're not. Don't do this to me, no. And I'm like, yeah, we're meeting Justin. So she's like, ah, and we freaked out. And so two it was a week before the concert, and I had called a million times because I really wanted to figure out what was going on. Because someone had told me that they had won meet and greets and they were from the same state as me, but their meet and greets didn't come one time, so I was like, well, crap. Well, I gotta be on this, make sure they win it, get everything together. And so I didn't really hear anything from them until 3 days before the concert, and they said, yeah, we're finalizing everything, everything's gonna be good. And then it was a day like a day before the concert, and it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, oh, I should really get a hold of them because they haven't gotten a hold of me, and because they close at 5 or something. So I first I called and then they didn't answer, so I was freaking out. So I sat there and prayed because I've been praying for since December, maybe earlier, every single night almost to meet Justin. So I was I'm not losing this chance. So I was crying. And so then I shaved myself up and I called my friend. I was like, all right, I don't really want to call and bother this lady because she wasn't exactly the nicest lady. And I had called so many times. I'm sure she knew my voice. So all right, let's do a 3-way. So I get in there, we call, and as I give her my name because she asked for my name. The guy called my house phone, so I hung up on the lady, not even thinking. I was like, hello, yeah. And he said, all right, just meet me at the parking lot next to the venue at 5:15 tomorrow. So I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. And so I only had 10 minutes of sleep. Like I'm like crap. But yeah, like I went over to my friend's house at like 8 because we decided that we would all get together. Like, because there's like 3 of us at my friend's house. Like, and we decided we'd all get together, like get ready together. Um, just so I wouldn't smell like cigarette smoke because I usually do, and I'm not messing this up with Justin. And so like we did that, and like they crimped my hair, but it doesn't look that good anymore. And they did like I think it was like cat's eye or something like with liquid eyeliner, and then they put like stuff, and then I put like concealer under my eyes, but like to hide the black spots. But like right now it looks like crap because like it's smeared, and I don't even care. But yeah, so like that was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then Melissa's mom drove us to her dad's work because he lives down like he works downtown like right next to the venue. So we went there and we like ate food, like we forced ourselves to eat. And then he drove us to the concert hall, and we were there like 1. And like when we got there was like hardly anybody there, and it was kind of rainy, so we were like, oh my goodness, we don't want to stand outside. But luckily they had the venue open, and like one side there was like 50 people, I don't know, maybe more. The other side there was like 10. So we're like, all right, let's walk around the building and go to the side where there's a lot of people because they were chanting, trying to get Justin to come out and stuff. And like we had heard on the radio that Justin had came around the building, so we're like, oh my goodness, we have to see him, like, or whatever, even though we were meeting him, like. And then it came around like 2 or so, 2 or 3, and like I looked at the parking lot, and like the radio's like van wasn't there, so I was like, okay, like wouldn't they like be here kind of early? So I was like, okay, like whatever. So I tried getting hold of the guy, and like the guy called me back, and I guess they weren't coming until 5. So I was like, okay. And then everybody started like lining up for meet and greets and everything, and like I was like, oh my goodness, this is not gonna work out. And then like we found the guy, like we found the guy, and we got the meet and greets, and like there was like a few other people that had one too. So like we went with them, and like we like went up these stairs to like the second level, and then we went like lined up at this door, and literally we went like half the line went down because like half of them were like fake wristbands, like they were checking them, like they checked us probably like I don't know 20 times while we were like in the whole process of meeting Justin. So I would not try Banker's Life Fieldhouse to sneak in. So we first we were at this door, and it was like Delaware Street. So we went we waited there for like a half an hour, and then we went like down these stairs to another door. So we were like, oh, holy crap, we went downstairs, Justin's in there, like calm down. And then like they were like, oh no, Justin's not in there. So we waited there for like 15 minutes, and then they took us like to this other hallway, and then there was a door, and we waited and it was like right next to like a locker room because that's where most of the basketball games are played at the venue. So like these guys kept coming in and out, and they were like making kind of fun of us, but I mean it was kind of annoying. But they put us in groups of 6, but luckily me and my friend were first, so we were like, yes, we can get right in and next to Justin. And so like we stood at this door for like literally a half an hour. So literally we waited like an hour and a half. And like literally while we were waiting, Justin was like on stage playing a prank on Mike Posner. So we were like, Justin, why did you do this to us? Like, so we pretty much completely missed Mike Posner and like half of Hot Shell Ray. But we didn't miss any of Justin. So like we got into these like there was like 5 different lines, and it was like a restaurant, and then they had these curtains up, and like we got into these lines and like got into 6, and we saw Kenny, and we were like screaming, we were like, Kenny. And then as soon as everybody calmed down, I yelled, Kenny, I love you. And everybody looked at me, and I kind of like looked down because I was like, why is everyone looking at me? I just wanted to tell Kenny I love him. But he like disappeared, so I was like, well, crap. And then my friend saw Dan Canner around the corner, but I didn't see him. I'm like, why? And so like there was like people that like, since there was 5 rows, like they let like the first row go, and then they let like the last row go, and I was like, what are you guys doing? Like this makes no sense. And so finally like they let people go in, and like then it was like our turn, and it was like me, my friend, the 2 radio people, because they like came and met him with us, and then these 2 other girls, and like we went in first, and like the security guard, he like popped out his head, and he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Jessica. And he's like, alright. So then he pokes his head back in, and then he's like, then he pops it back out, and he was like, all right, right this way. And, like, there was a security guard right here, like, blocking our way. And then Justin was finishing up a picture, like, he didn't even look real. Like, he looked like a claymation robot type, looking perfectness all around. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. And then it was like the photo guy, and then Alfredo was like doing something with the camera. So I was like, oh my goodness, Fredo! Like, I was like so excited to see Fredo, but I was like freaking out, like shaking. I was like about to have a heart attack, like, cause Justin was right there. And then like the guy, like, I looked and I like covered. Hold on, like, I have to get my. I covered my face like this, and I was crying. I was like, and then Justin, he went like, Jessica, Jessica. And then I was like, you know my name? And then he's like, Jessica, fine. Like, he did like this, like, he leaned back, like, copying me, kind of, like, mocking me. And he's like, finally, we meet. And, like, I just freaked out. Like, it's like, bro. And then he grasped me in a hug. And we, like, hugged for 20 seconds. It was, like, me and him. And he's so small. Like, he's so skinny. And he's like, oh my goodness. Like, I just looked at his face. But, like, it was kind of, like, I guess maybe I was shaking and I didn't get my words out, but I didn't give him my scrapbook. I was gonna give it, but he, like, didn't take it. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm sorry to everybody that I said I was gonna give him the scrapbook. I didn't. I'm sorry. Like, he didn't take it, and it was a mess. I was a wreck. I didn't know what to do. Justin had hugged me for, like, 20 seconds straight. I didn't know what to do. And then, like, he, like, grabbed me like this to take the picture. And then he, like, pointed at the screen because they were playing Never Say Never. And he was like, that's what, that was me when I first got started or something like that. I don't know. It was a complete mess. And then we ended up taking a picture, and I was, like, freaking out. And then, like, we just left, and, like, we walked around the corner, and I was crying, and they, like, cut off our wristbands. And then as soon as we got to, like, the floor, like, the actual, like, where we were about to, like, go to our seats, I just fell down crying. Like, I just bursted out in tears, crying. Like, I had just met Justin, and he said my name, and he hugged me for like 20 seconds. I was like, ah! To be honest, I don't even know what he smelled like. He probably smelled like heaven. I don't even remember. He was, oh my, it felt like a dream. Like, it was not real. Like, this is not real. Like, I was like, ah! And I was crying so much. Like, and then finally, like, I got myself straightened up, and, like, we went to our seats, and I'm scared of heights. So, like, when we got to the seats, I was like, oh my god, I don't like this. And, like, the whole concert, I felt like I was gonna fall over on the people on top of us, because, like, my seats were, like, the last row on the balcony, like, the second to last row on the balcony. So it was, like, high. But, I mean, I'm not complaining, because I got, like, a huge view of, like, everything. And my friend, she has, like, Melissa, my friend, has, like, an awesome, video camera that, like, zoomed in. So it was pretty awesome. And he, like, rapped Rack City. He did, like, Runaway Love, Eeny Meeny. He like, I don't know, it was crazy. And, like, and we screamed, and he stood there for, like, I don't even know, like, 8 minutes just looking around. And he performed Baby and Boyfriend shirtless. Like, and then he tweeted, like, oh, we beat Chicago. We were like, yeah, woo! And it was crazy. Oh my goodness. And then Mike Posner, like, redid the prank on him, like, bringing a mannequin on stage, like, bringing, like, the piano for Justin to sing Believe on, and it was, oh my goodness, it was amazing. And and then, yeah, and then, like, we went and we waited for, like, a half an hour to an hour, like, after the concert, waiting for his tour bus. We didn't get to see him, but we saw Kenny in the window, and I think we saw Scooter, but, like, I'm not sure if he, like, shaved. Maybe he shaved and that was him, because that would, but I mean, if he still has his beard and stuff, it didn't. But, like, yeah, we talked to these, like, cooks and, like, his personal chefs, and we were like, hey, can you give this scrapbook to Justin? And they're like, no, we don't usually talk to him because we just make his food. He comes in, he eats, and he goes to bed. And I'm like, well, can't you just, like, sit on the table? They're like, no, we're not prohibited to do that. And I'm like, okay. And they were like, well, he doesn't even really look at scrapbooks. And I'm like, I'm sure I mean, then I asked, I was like, so he's nice, right? Like, he's nice, right? Like, he ain't mean. They were like, yeah, he's nice. Like, he ain't mean. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it was kind of, like, weird, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this ruin my day, because I just met Justin Bieber, and it was amazing. just like hugging him. Like it felt so unreal. Like when he was standing there taking the picture, and then he like yelled my name. He was like, Jessica. I was freaking out. I like wish somebody would have got that on video, but I don't think anybody did. And it was a dream come true. So pretty much, yeah, like that's my Bieber experience. Um, oh yeah, I got like awesome like this jersey. Like Justin touched this. I'm just saying, like he hugged this. Like his body was all up on this, and he was wearing like a black tank top and like these long shorts and like high tops and like glasses. And he really, I don't even know what kind of facial expression he made in the picture, but I was like, at least it wasn't the regular death glare or whatever he sends to us. So I was like, yeah. And please excuse my makeup. It's looking bad, but I cried and everything. And please excuse the lighting. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm gonna end it at this. And always follow your dreams, and they will come true. And trust in God because He does deliver. Thank you so much. Bye.